Hey everybody, it's Heather with Diamonds and Dragonflies, and I am here today with an episode of a series that I used to do all the time back in the early days, and then I stopped and I got away from it, but I decided it was time for another episode. So this is an episode of Frankly Friday. What is Frankly Friday, you might ask? Frankly Friday is a day where I am just going to vent. I am going to vent. I am going to let loose on all the things in my life and in the community that are driving me crazy. All of the things that I'm just so fed up with and I don't understand, and I wish someone would explain to me, or I'm just sick of it and I'm just going to cleanse myself of it by unloading. If that doesn't seem like something you want to listen to, please exit this video right now and go click on another video that I have and watch that instead, because I don't do this typically. I don't do it a lot, but I need to unload some stuff. I have a platform, and guess what? I'm going to do it on the platform. I want to put a disclaimer that nothing that I am talking about is directed at any individual. This is complaints that I have about things in general. It is not driven toward anyone in particular or specifically. It is just overall, this is some of the stuff that just bugs the living crap out of me. If you like a good, ranting and raving, and you feel like and wish that you could do it too, or you share some complaints about things, then feel free to stick by, stay with me for this next, however long it takes me. I'm hoping less than an hour to bitch and complain about things that drive me crazy. But I also want to let you know that if you have the same complaints, you are heard. I feel you, okay? I feel you, and I am here for it. In the comments, if you have something that is bothering you or a topic that you'd like me to discuss and want to know my feelings or opinions on it, leave it. And maybe next month I'll do another episode of Frankly Friday, because I'm kind of thinking about bringing it back as a monthly series, but we'll see. Maybe it'll be once a quarter. I don't know. It depends on how many things I have that are driving me crazy. So today I'm going to talk about shipping costs. I'm going to talk about prices, Canada versus US. I'm going to talk about creators in general, including myself. I am going to talk about college costs, because that's one that I'm looking at right now. I'm going to talk about the costs of gas and all the things. And I'm going to talk about the elections, and not political stuff within the elections, but just elections in general. And we're just going to kick back, and I'm just going to let you know how I feel about stuff. So I'm going to work on my coffee time. I'm getting down to the end here. I've got 3.5 sections, 3 3/4 sections. This one's not quite half done. So I'm going to diamond paint while I sit here and I complain. And yes, it's going to be a complaint session. So like I said, if that doesn't seem to be your cup of tea, then just turn off this video, go find another one, and let's have at it. Because please do not leave me a comment down below telling me that you didn't find this enjoyable because all I was doing was complaining, because you have been forewarned. You have been forewarned that I am going to complain. So, the first topic that I want to bring up is, let's talk about college costs real quick. We're going to talk about college. So I have 3 children that are over the age of 18, 3 adult children. 1 is still in college. Samantha is my oldest. She is autistic. She did not go to college. She was in the public school educational system till she was 21, and then she went into day services. So Samantha's education was provided by the public school system, so we did not have to pay anything for Samantha's education. In comes child number 2, William. So William graduated high school from public school and got accepted into the architecture program at Virginia Tech. It is one of the top schools in the country for architecture. He is and always will be a Hokie. He graduated in 2022, but now is faced with having to repay his student loans. He was out of state. We did not live in Virginia, so he had to pay out-of-state fees. But quite frankly, had he stayed in state and gone to Penn State, which would have been the equivalent school-wise for architecture, his college education would have actually cost more, because in-state tuition at Penn State is actually more than out-of-state tuition at Virginia Tech. Go figure. So would I have rather him been a Nittany Lion or a Virginia Tech Hokie? I'm going to go with the Hokie. So I would rather him be a Hokie. The Virginia Tech community is amazing. William got his job that he works currently because he was a Virginia Tech grad. Like being interrupted by your alarm to tell you to take your morning meds that you have already taken while you're in the middle of ranting about something. So I'm going to do a side rant here. Why? Why, when I'm in video recording mode, does my alarm still have to go off? You don't let phone calls come through. You don't let text messages come through. So why the crap are you letting my alarms come through? I don't understand. Apple, I want to know the answer. Please tell me. Okay, rant on that over. Back to the original rant. So, the Virginia Tech community is amazing. The reason why my son was employed literally 2 weeks after he graduated May 12th, and June 1st he started his brand new job at an architecture firm ran by a Hokie in Maryland. So I can't complain there. My son makes around $60,000 a year, is forced to live at home with his father, who lives closer than I do to his job because his job is 52 miles one way away from him. So he drives 104 miles a day to go to school. If he was living here, he'd be driving 125 miles a day to go, or not to school, I'm sorry, to go to work. He would be driving that to go to work. So he lives with his father. His father covers his food costs, his housing, all of his utilities. William pays a car payment, his car insurance, and his student loans. His student loans are over $2,800 a month. Yes, you heard me, $2,800 a month. Stop and absorb that for a moment. That is almost 4 times my mortgage. Yeah. He had to get a second job. So whereas my son makes around $60K a year, give or take $1,000, he had to get a part-time job working at Walmart because they pay him $17 an hour. So Sundays, Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, my son goes from his day job that he works for 8+ hours because he is an architect. He is salary, and most days he works 9 to 10 hours. And then he drives from there and goes straight to Walmart to work another 5-hour shift. He does not get home until a little after 10 o'clock at night, after leaving the house at 6 o'clock in the morning. And then he gets up and he starts it all over again. How is that okay? How is that right? How is it that for my son to get a good college education so that he could get a good job? Because how many 24, or let's see, he would have been 23 when he graduated. How many 23-year-olds get to graduate college and immediately get a job making $55,000 a year? How many? Not a lot. Not a lot. And yet he is saddled with this student loans from hell. Yeah, student loans from hell. It makes me sick. It makes me sick. And then I hear about all these other kids overseas, and they get to go to school for free because college is provided and paid for by the government. But Is college free here? Nope. And you know, I'm okay with college not being free, but could we maybe, any school that receives government funding for college, I think there should be a cap. There should be a cap and all of them be charged the same amount. You get charged the same amount whether you're going to Stanford or whether you're going to, you know, the University of Maryland. Doesn't matter. College caps out at a certain amount, no more than that. It's ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, I think about the fact that my son had to pay a recreation fee every year that was required regardless of whether or not he participated. So even though my son never stepped foot in the War Memorial Gym, never played intercollegiate sports, he had to pay $1,300 a year, $650 a semester for a fee that he never once utilized. Take that and multiply that by 5. Right there, I get to take like $7,000 or more off of his student loan debt. Right there, gone. $7,000, gone. Fees that my kids never, ever, ever utilized. Well, then we come to child number 3. So Emily is a grad student. She got her bachelor's degree, but she is in the field of psychology. And in psychology, you need a master's degree. I mean, hell, you actually need a PhD. Did you know that? Did you know that there are only 11 states in the United States where you can actually call yourself a psychologist with only a master's degree? She's got a bachelor's degree in clinical psychology. She is in her final year of her master's degree in clinical psychology. And if she moves back home to the state of Pennsylvania, she cannot get a job working as a psychologist. She can be a therapist. She can be a social worker. She can be a student guidance counselor. But unless she gets a PhD and puts doctor in front of her name, she cannot call herself Emily Jones, psychologist. Nope, can't do it. Can't do it unless she lives in one of 11 states. What the hell is up here, people? What? I don't understand. I do not understand, especially considering that in order to get your doctorate, you are literally the doctorate program for psychology. It's not like she's taking more classes. It's not like she's getting a further education. She has to write a 40-page thesis. She has to pick a topic and then defend it. That's it. That's all she has to do to get that. Now, granted, it's a lot. Can you imagine having to write a 40-page paper defending a topic that you pick? No, thank you. I think I'll pass on that. But that's what she has to do to be able to call herself a psychologist when she's already received all of the education, all of the training, and I might add that Emily graduated magna cum laude. So, hello, my kid's smart. She didn't like graze by the skin of her teeth or anything like that, but yet she has to live away from me so that she doesn't have to get her doctorate, but she can work and practice as a psychologist. I don't understand. I don't understand, people. I don't get it. I don't understand. It's BS. It's, ooh, I want more money. That's what it is. Because, you know, if you make someone have to get that PhD, and then, of course, you know, she's going to run into the issue where, oh, because this is the best part. You have a doctor in front of you now, okay? Dr. Emily Jones, psychologist. But yet, she still can't write prescriptions because she's not a psychiatrist. Because psychiatrists, they write prescriptions. Psychologists do not. So, what exactly is she a doctor of? It's one of those things that make you go, yeah, I know. I've had CNC Music Factory on the brain here for a while, And I'm not quite sure why. But yeah, so that's a thing. Why is that a thing? That shouldn't be a thing. And it really bugs me. Bugs the living crap out of me. And then, of course, there's the fact that Emily needs to stay in the state of West Virginia because that's one of the 11 states that she can live in and practice as a psychologist with a master's degree. So, granted, she's one state over. She's going to remain about a 4 to 4.5 hour drive away from home. And she's going to have to then also be able to afford cost of living because she's going to have her own apartment. So she's not able to move back home to be able to help pay her student loans. So God knows what she's going to be able to do. It sucks. It completely and totally sucks. Sucks, big time. So yeah, that's a thing. And I don't understand. It bothers me to my core that my kids have to suffer this way. Now, you might be sitting there and saying, well, maybe Heather, maybe you should have saved for their college education. Maybe you should have started a 502 plan when your kids were born to help them pay for their college education so that they didn't have to take out student loans. You know what? You're right. I should have. We didn't have the money. We lived paycheck to paycheck. I don't have a college degree. My husband, their father, does not have a college degree. We did the best we could. We did the best we could. My husband has been going back to school. Now, fortunately, he has not, it's been taking him forever because he's only been taking out federal student loans. My husband is a civil service worker for the state of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. So after 10 years, he will be able to get all of his student loans forgiven. But in the meantime, we are having to pay for them. So in the meantime, they are not free. In the meantime, we are having to foot the bill for them. Now, they are reasonable. They are not ridiculous because the student loans for the federal government, they have repayment programs. So we're in an income-driven repayment program. My kids, however, the majority, now Emily, the majority of hers are federal loans as well. For William, the majority of his are private student loans. And private student loans, they don't care. They don't care how much you're making. They just want their money. Money, money, money. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Interest rates are insane. He's got some of his student loans that he's paying 11% interest on. Are you kidding me just now? Yeah, 11% on a student loan. Yeah. All right. So what is my solution? My solution is that there needs to be educational reform. There needs to be educational reform regarding higher education. You're making it that these kids have to have, all of this education in order to just get a job. Because back in my day, you could get a job doing something that today required a college education. Why were you able to then? Because the company was willing to train you. Companies had the money because they weren't paying all of these excessive high fees, that they were able to hire someone that they saw potential in and had an interest in something and then train them. My ex-husband, their father, is a database administrator for Johns Hopkins. He is a manager and runs the IT department, does not have a college education. How did he become a database administrator? Because he got a job that was willing to train him to be a computer programmer. And then once he was succeeding at that, they saw potential, and then they trained him to be a database administrator. And so he has 20 plus years experience as a database administrator now. So he didn't need a college education. But you know what's funny? He wanted to apply to be the head of the department, like I said. They wouldn't give it to him simply because he didn't have a college education. He knew more than the person coming in off the street. But yet, Sorry, you don't have a piece of paper that said you went to college. You didn't have to pay back $40,000 in student loan debt, so therefore, we're not going to give you the job. So they hired someone. They hired someone straight out of college just because they had a college degree. Guess what? The department practically crumbled. They had all kinds of malfunctions. You know what happens when you work for a hospital and the computer system goes down? People die. That's what happens. So they let him go. And then who did they come to and ask to fix it? My ex. And so then they were like, well, maybe we need to rethink the qualifications for this job and go with the person that actually knows what they're doing, despite the fact that he didn't have a college education. But yet he had 20 plus years experience doing the job. But he was trained. Companies don't do that anymore. They bring you in the door and it's figure it out yourself. Oh, well, you have a college education. You can't figure out how to do this job? Doesn't matter that you've never practically, you don't have any hands-on experience. Figure it out. Yeah, no. Companies don't do that anymore. They don't train you. You either come in with the information and the knowledge and the college education or get out. It's wrong. It's wrong, people. It is wrong. It is wrong that our children are graduating college and they are saddled with this debt. How are they going to be able to afford a home? How are they going to be able to start a family? You wonder why people aren't having kids until they're in their upper 30s anymore. That's because they've got to pay off student loans for 15 years. My son will not pay off his student loans until he is 38 years old. 38. At this rate, I don't even know if he'll be able to move out of his house, much less get married and have a family. Yeah, really, really aggravates me. All right, that topic done. Cleansing breath. Okay, next topic. Let's talk about shipping costs. What the ever-living hell? Is it just me, or has anyone noticed how shipping costs this year have just grown and grown and grown and grown and grown? I think the post office alone has increased shipping prices 3 times this year. It's only August. We still have 4 months left of the year. God knows what it's going to be by the end of the year. Have you noticed that companies that used to offer a free shipping threshold if you spent so much money, because the incentive was, well, if they spend more money and they buy more at one time, then I'll pay the shipping because I can eat that cost because they bought so much more. They're not doing that anymore. Or they've increased the threshold to something that's insane, that you cannot reach. One of the companies that I buy stuff from all the time, it was bad enough that their shipping threshold, free shipping threshold, used to be $200. Well, now it's $250. So guess what I don't hit all the time? But then it's like, how can I justify paying $35 to $40 shipping to have stuff shipped to me? It's insane. It is insane. And what is even more insane is the companies that have decided that they're going to try and profit from shipping costs. Oh, okay. So it's actually only going to cost me $16 to ship this to you. So let's go and jack up the price to, I don't know, let's say $30. Because I want to make $14 off of shipping. Yeah, not cool. Not cool, people. Not cool. You might say, Heather, how do you know it costs that much? How do I know it costs that much and it doesn't cost $40 to ship it? Because I de-stash a lot of stuff. I am not a big company. I don't have some type of super shipping contract with any type of shipper. I don't have crap with anybody. I joined and signed up for Pirate Ship. Pirate Ship is an app that they have gone and made arrangements with the shipping companies to get discounted rates to be able to put on to their subscribers. And I don't pay for the service, guys. It's free. I do not pay anything to use Pirate Ship. It is a free app that you can download or website that you go to that you can register on and be able to receive discounted shipping rates. All right? So depending on when I destash a kit, it all depends. This is another thing. It all depends on where it goes in the United States. So I can ship a package to California and I can ship a kit and it's about $14 to $15 for me to ship the average one kit there. But I want to ship that same kit to Seattle. Now all of a sudden it's $18, $19. What? Why? Why is it $18 to $19 as opposed to $14 to $15? I'm not understanding here. So the same thing can be said, like if I want to ship to Idaho. Do you have to like cross the Arctic tundra or something to get to Idaho, or cross a desert, or get there by boat? I'm not understanding. I'm not understanding why there are certain states within the continental United States that it costs a small fortune to ship to versus the state right next door. Makes no sense. Is it lack of postal workers? Is it lack of UPS drivers? Is that why it's higher? Is it that nobody lives there and so nobody ships there? So it's a, it's a rarity that anything gets shipped. I don't know. I don't understand. Can someone explain that to me? Why does it cost more for me to ship to like Idaho or Oregon or Washington State than it does for me to ship to, say, Arizona or California? Same distance from my house. Yeah, same distance. I don't understand. I don't get it. But, companies and businesses are suffering because people aren't buying because they can't afford the shipping costs. You can't, it's a vicious cycle. People aren't getting business. People aren't buying as much, so they can't offer free shipping. So they take that away, and then the people that were buying, that could afford to buy, now can't buy because they have to pay shipping, and they can't afford that. So we go round and round and round and round we go. And then I want to know why it costs more to ship from one part of Canada inside Canada to another part of Canada more than it does to ship it to the US. Why? Why is it that way? We're landlocked together, people. We're landlocked. There's no ocean in between us and Canada. We're landlocked. I mean, hell, do we need to start shipping it to, say, I don't know, Michigan, and then have someone stand at the border of Michigan and have someone from Canada's side stand on the other side above Michigan, and we just throw the package across the border and have them catch it so that we can reduce the prices? I mean, really? Why is it so expensive? I don't understand. Now, I know what you're going to say. Heather, it's so expensive because the price of gas. So the price of traveling with that package is more expensive because of the price of gas. It costs more to get it from point A to point B. But does it really? Does it really cost that much overall in general? Because let's think about this. It's not like every package is shipped individually. Okay? So it's not like, okay, I take a bunch of packages to the post office. It's not like every individual package is put in a separate truck and is shipped and driven to somebody individually, that they arrive and they only have one package in their truck. No. They are driving that distance and their truck is full. They probably have hundreds, possibly thousands of packages in their vehicle that's making the trip. So you are paying that gas fee, whether there's one package in there or whether there's 5,000 packages in there. So if it's not costing you individually and you have all those extra packages in there, then why does the shipping rate have to be that high for every package? Why isn't there an average or an estimate? You know, why aren't you averaging out the price and then it not be so bad? And, you know, it's this kind of thing. So why is it that I can download an app and I can use Pirate Ship to get a reduced price on my shipping, but yet, say for example, and I tested this, guys, okay? I actually tested this and tried this one time. So I went on, I used Pirate Ship. I was shipping a kit to Texas, okay? I go and put in to Pirate Ship the dimensions of my package, the weight of my package, the zip code of where it was going, and it gave me a rate of like $10.12, okay? All right, $10.12 if I ship it USPS, so United States Postal Service, but I'm using Pirate Ship. I then went and I took the package to the post office, and I said, could you please tell me how much it would cost to ship this package and the cheapest way for it to ship? And keep in mind that the USPS on Pirate Ship was going by priority mail, okay? So I had built-in tracking. So could you tell me how much this is going to cost? Oh, it's going to cost $21.58. What? Why is it $11 more for me to ship it and get a shipping label at the post office versus me staying at home and printing out a label to send the same package? But it's costing me $11 less. Plus, I didn't have to waste the gas or my time to drive to the frickin' post office and stand in line. I don't understand. Makes no sense to me. I'm not a big company. Why is it that these rates, if you're able to provide these rates, why don't they extend to everybody? Why? Why do you have to jump through all these hoops to get these special rates? Why can't you just up front provide it to everybody? And then I think you would get more business overall because people would use it. People would use it. It makes no sense. No sense whatsoever. None. Zero. Zilch. It just doesn't. I feel like I'm getting jerked around at every single turn. Let me also explain to you how shipping works, because some people don't understand this. I had someone who purchased a kit from me via DStash, okay? I gave them a shipping price based off of Pirate Ship. I gave them the shipping cost. Now, I always fully disclose that I add $1 to my shipping cost. That dollar is to help cover my ink for printing out the label, the packaging that I buy, because I estimated out about how many packages I can ship using the bubble wrap I have, using the boxes or padded envelopes that I have bought. Because, guys, I don't always use, I recycle, okay? So I do a lot of shopping with having a channel. I save all of my usable, reusable bubble wrap. Sometimes it's you know, it's seen better days. I save my Diamond Art Club shipping boxes. I save boxes from other small companies that ship to me to use to send stuff out. Okay? But it costs less to use a bubble mailer than it does to use a box. So, in order to not have my customers who are buying my destashed items having to pay a small fortune for shipping, I went ahead and bought bubble mailers in different sizes because it costs an awful lot less for me to do that, to ship you your stuff, than it is if I were to ship it to you constantly in a box. So I carefully wrap it, I wrap it up, and I ship it this way. I started shipping kits. If you only buy one kit from me, I ship it wrapping it up in brown wrapping paper. I cover that sucker with packing tape so it's not going to get ripped or torn. I have yet to have someone tell me that they have received a kit damaged. Okay? That has not happened yet. Knock on wood. I don't have any wood. I'll beat on my head. Knock on wood. Okay? So hopefully that will remain the same and I did not just jinx myself. So why do I do that? Because I did a test. I took that kit, I put it in a Diamond Art Club box, and all of my Diamond Art Club boxes can hold more than one kit, okay? But I find the smallest box that I can use, that I have on hand to ship your package in. I save the little air pocket bubble thingies. I put them in so that the kit's not moving around and it's in there nice and secure, etc. Put it on the scale, and let's say it'll say it's $12 and something to ship this kit. Well, then I went and I took the kit, I wrapped it in the brown wrapping paper, and I weighed it, and I did the shipping for that, and guess what? It only cost $8 to ship it now. Why? Well, let me tell you. When you go to ship something, there is a flat rate for the weight of the item, okay? So there is a flat rate that you pay for the, I'm sorry, that is incorrect. Scratch that, go back, try again. There is a flat rate for just shipping to that location, okay? That flat rate varies depending on what you are packaging it in. If you are packaging it into a sturdy, rigid box, something that has form-fitted sides that do not give, okay, so a cardboard box, there is a flat rate to ship that. If you are using, say, a padded bubble mailer, there is a flat rate to ship that. That rate is a lot lower. It is a lot lower because that takes up less space and you can cram it into places. Okay? You can squeeze it into a bag here or there. You can't do that with a box. All right? Are you with me? Good. Then, after that flat rate is met, then it's based on poundage. Okay? If you've ever shipped anything from home, you might notice if you use Pirate Ship that let's say you put in that the weight of the item is 2 pounds and 56 ounces. When you print that label, it's going to say 3 pounds. It's going to say 3 pounds on it because they round up to the nearest pound. So the minute it goes over 2 pounds even, it rounds up. There have been times when I have had people that have gone and just bought one thing. And I come back and I tell them that their shipping is $7. All right, we'll say $7 in a bubble mailer. Well, then they decide, well, you know what? Since it's only $7, let me go ahead and let's add 2 more things to it. And I come back and I'll say, shipping is now $8. Wow, really? Why is it that it's only $1 more? Because it's in the same packaging. It is in the same packaging. I'm just increasing the weight. So that flat rate for the item that the type of packaging that you're using has been met. Then the price is only increasing via the poundage. Okay? So it's not always based on how much the package is going to weigh. It is first and foremost based on what you are packaging it in. So keep that in mind. So because I've been purchased to be able to ship accessories and whatnot in these bubble mailers, I charge an extra $1. I add $1 to my shipping costs, which I disclose up front. Okay? I do not hide it. I do not just do it and lie and say, oh, it's only this and it's actually this. No. I put it in my D-Stash write-up that I add $1 to cover shipping expenses. That is covering my packing tape. That is an average of helping to cover the cost of the mailers that I buy and my gas to drive it and my time. Okay? $1. I add $1. And it doesn't matter whether or not you bought 20 things from me or whether you bought one thing from me. $1. You know how things used to be shipping and handling? Well, mine is shipping and materials. Okay? So it's $1 material fee to help cover what it is that I am using. I go through so much packing tape, it's not even funny, people. It's gotten to the point I started buying it off of Amazon in rolls, in 6-pack rolls, because it was a lot cheaper than buying it at, you know, the UPS store or whatever, roll by roll. So that's what I started to do. But it's ridiculous. What is the answer? What is the solution? I don't know. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't know how we are supposed to reduce the price and the cost of shipping because it's insane. It is absolutely insane. All right. I've been ranting for 36 minutes. I'm going to rant about one more thing, and then we are going to call it quits with this episode of Frankly Friday. So my last and final rant is about creators. Guys, there are different types of creators out there. There are creators that created their channel because they are hoping to become multimillionaires. I am not one of those. I did not start my channel for monetary reasons. Do I judge anyone who did? No. Everybody does what they want to do for them, whatever their goal is. I started doing this so that I could talk about mental health. Okay? I started doing this so I could talk about mental health, my mental health struggles, to let people know that they are not alone, and to talk about how diamond painting has helped me with my mental health struggles. Okay? And just as a forewarning, there is going to be an episode of a mental health check-in this upcoming Sunday. I haven't done one of those in a while. So I am going to be doing a mental health check-in this weekend. It's been a while. There are some creators out there who are bloodthirsty, literally. I have had people go and say to me when I have asked if they could mention my event, hey, would you mind giving me a shout out on your channel about my upcoming event? Just so more people hear about it. That is my reason. I did a mental health event back in May called Just Breathe. I am a relatively sorry, I'm hearing weird noises in my house. Hold please. Okay, sorry about that. It seems I caught a mouse. Yeah, so it's so hot outside and has been so hot that even though we normally only get mice in the winter time because they come inside to get out of the cold, that it's too hot outside for them, so they're coming inside to cool off. And so we snatched one and he made a little, he did not go quietly into that good night. So, ooh, okay. Anyway, getting back to creators. So I did a mental health video, or a mental health event. And I asked a creator that I had participated in not one, but two of their events, both of which I advertised on my channel, not because they asked, but because I wanted to help them out. They were a relatively new creator as well, and I wanted to help get their event noticed for them, help them get more subscribers from my subscribers, and give them a leg up. Because I thought that's what the diamond painting community was about. I thought the diamond painting community was about helping out each other, being part of a community, helping each other, supporting each other. Okay? I didn't realize that it's a bloodthirsty arena that we are entering in. And that is how some people treat it, as a bloodthirsty arena. Everybody out for themselves, trying to outdo each other, trying to, I'm better than you, I want to be at the top of the food chain. I got news for you people. Just like in the real world, not everyone is going to be friends with everybody else because people have different personalities. People get along with different people. Not everybody is going to get along. Not everybody you meet is going to be your friend. Not everybody that watches my videos are going to say, you know what, I really like her and I'm going to continue to follow her. That is not going to be the case. I guarantee you I have people that have watched my videos and have gone, okay, don't like her, moving right along, and they never watch another thing that I put up. Is there a part of me that's like, oh, but why? Why don't you like me? Yeah, but then there's another part of me that's like, you know what? It is what it is. Because personally, I watch a lot of different creators. I don't like them all. I don't subscribe to them all. There are some creators that maybe their voice bothers me, or maybe I don't like their content, or I don't like how they do unboxings, or I don't like that they don't do unboxings. You know, whatever the case may be. We don't all like all the same things. So what is the harm if you have a fellow creator to give them a shout out? To say, hey, if you like this, go check it out. If you like this type of event, hey, guess what? There's somebody doing an event like that. Here you go. Here's their information. Go check them out. If you like them, let me know. If you participate, let me know. I want to know. I want to know all the things. Well, there are some creators out there who don't want to help anybody, who don't want to give a heads up. I literally had a creator that when I asked if they would advertise or just mention my event on their channel, after they had just literally had an event themselves that they had asked me to mention and that I participated in, and I did so very willingly. I had no problem. I was more than happy to go and mention this event and advertise it on my channel. Had no problem doing that. And I did so. But then when I asked for them if they would reciprocate that, and hey, I saw you listing off a whole bunch of events for the month of May. Would you mind mentioning mine? No, I'm not going to do that. Okay. Can I ask why? Because I don't want you stealing my subscribers. How do you steal somebody's subscribers? I'm not quite sure of that. I'm not understanding that. It's not as if you can only subscribe to one YouTube channel. I don't know about you guys, but I have like 20. I have like 20 diamond painting content creators whose channels I subscribe to. So how Are you stealing someone's subscribers? I don't understand that. Because if anything, you know, you give me a shout out on my channel, maybe some of the people that watch your channel go and check out my channel or check out my event and decide to check out my channel, and they like me, and then they go and tell somebody, and then there's the people that come and follow and just find me on their own, and then they hear me thanking the other creator for giving me a shout out, and I send them to their channel, and then they get a subscriber. How is it stealing? I do not understand that. I do not understand that mentality. I don't get it. Does not make sense. So, please know, if you are a content creator and you have an event, or you are a new creator and you would like to get the support of someone who has a couple hundred subscribers, I mean, as the filming of this, as of this morning, I had 854 subscribers. Closing in on that 1K. But if you are a new content creator or you have an event coming up and you could use a helping hand, please message me. Send me an email. My email is down in the description. Tell me what your channel is. Send me a link. I will go check out your channel. Because yes, I do want to do some research first if I don't know you. I want to go check out your channel. I want to see what your content is. And if I have no issues with your content, I will be more than happy to mention you and give you a shout out on my channel to see if that will help you get any other subscribers and help you get that leg up. Because we need to support each other, people. This should not be, diamond painting should not be a blood sport. It shouldn't. Should not be a blood sport. You know, as women, we get put down enough as it is. A lot of us content creators have turned to this because we suffer from chronic pain or we have mental health issues, and diamond painting has been able to be an outlet for us, and we want to share that with others. We need to be supporting each other, lifting each other up, helping each other get through the day. I shouldn't have to be worried that I'm going to see something written that's negative about me or someone putting me down, especially if it's someone that I don't even really know. I don't understand that mentality. I don't know why it is that if you're friends with someone, but then say I meet them and we become friends too, why that is a problem. Are we only allowed to have one friend? Am I only permitted to like one other person in the community? I don't understand that. I don't understand the selfishness. I don't understand why we have to put each other down. Why that has to happen. It doesn't need to be that way. You know, I said this in my whipping chat, and I talked about Emily's tattoo. Kindness is free. I firmly believe that you get what you put out in the world. That if all you put out in the world is hate and anger and rage, that's all you're going to get back in return. That if you put out love and support and compassion and empathy, that's what you'll get back in return. I have had some people ask me why I talk about my Patreon so much. And they've accused me of it being about the money. You can go ask any single member of my Patreon whether or not it's about the money for me. And every single one of them will tell you, hell no. It is about community. It is about support. It is about lifting each other up. I have had so many members of the Diamond Tribe go and tell me that they woke up that morning feeling like the sky was falling and that they were in the deepest, darkest depths of hell. And all they had to do was say hi or good morning in our Facebook chat. And to have 10 to 15 other people say hi back. How are you doing? What do you got going on today? I'm here for you. That the sky no longer was falling. They didn't feel alone. They didn't feel neglected. And that they felt heard and understood. That is why I have my Diamond Tribe. That is why I have those people. Hell, I advertise that we Zoom once a week. We Zoom practically every single day. When there are at least 3 or 4 of us all in the chat diamond painting and just hanging out, I'll throw up a Zoom and we're all in there. People come in, they go out all day long. But there's always somebody there for you. Someone just to talk to. So many of us don't even have that. We don't have someone we can talk to. We don't have someone we can hang out with. And I provide that. That is the community that I built. I have the most loyal subscribers that I could ever ask for. Because I try to put out good into the world. I try to lift them up. I have multiple shop owners as part of my Patreon. I support each and every one of them. I advertise and promote the hell out of their shops because I believe in them, because they provide a good product at a good price. They don't take advantage of people. They don't overcharge. They do everything they can to make their products affordable, but still provide financial help for themselves. It's not charity. I have 2 other content creators that I just got done posting their channels and got a thank you because they each gained over 10 subscribers each. Because people went and clicked on them and checked them out. Hopefully they will in time get more. And I will continue to promote their channels. I'm not afraid that they're going to take anybody away from me. That's ridiculous. That is utterly ridiculous to have that mindset. Why do I charge to be part of my Patreon? Well, because to a point, it is a business. It is a business in the fact that I have expenses that I pay for, Zoom being one of them, that I have to pay a monthly fee for. So it's to help cover my costs that of the things that I'm paying to give out and put in for them. It's not free to be a YouTube creator, and I am not monetized. I do not make any money off of my videos. It's also to weed out the crazies. Because there are people out there that are not right in the head, that stalk people, that are unsavory types, that would come in and wreck it all. But the one thing about those kind of people is that the majority of them don't want to pay anything to do it. So they're not going to provide contact and financial information that they can be tracked down for doing illegal things. So by charging to belong to my Patreon, I'm weeding out the wackos. I recently reduced my Patreon charges. I did away with my top tier. So 4 people that were in paying for my top tier got a financial break. They're getting the same stuff they were getting before. Actually, even a little more now, because I'm providing more overall to all of my Patreons for less money. $10 a month gives you access to everything. $5 a month gives you access to a lot, but not everything. The only thing extra you get for the $10 is the Zooms. If you are only a $5 subscriber, you don't get access to the Zooms. You get the Facebook chat, but that's the extent. It's just a damn dirty shame that creator to creator can't do that. That not everybody can do that and lift other people up. That they have to put them down. That they have to insult them. That they have to incite discourse. That's not what it should be about. Kindness is free, guys. Stop making it so expensive. Well, that is my episode of Frankly Friday today. I hope you got something out of this. I don't want to say that I hope you enjoy it because I don't know that this is a video that you enjoy. I hope that I made you feel like you weren't alone if you have some of the same gripes and complaints as I do. If you have information and know why things are the way they are about the topics I discussed, please feel free to leave a comment. I would love to know. If you have a topic that you would like to hear me talk about, send me an email and let me know what it is, because I'm always looking for new content to provide. I, once again, put up my disclaimer that this was not directed at any one person or one individual. This was in general about different things. And an overall comment when it came to the creators. I was not singling out any one person. Be kind to each other, guys. We all need it. We all need to pull together and stand together united, not in total discourse and disarray. So, hopefully you'll come back. Hopefully if you're new and you enjoyed this, you will hit that subscribe button. Hopefully, if any of you enjoyed this, whether you're already subscribed or not, please hit that like button. And leave me an emoji of a mouse. Yep, let's give the poor mouse that sacrificed his life to have a cool environment, but you're not allowed to run around my dining room. It's not permitted. We'll do this in memoriam of him. Okay? Until next Until next time, guys. Remember, without the darkness, we'd never get to see the stars. Bye, guys.